Hi everyone. When I was setting up this tank, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube which were kind of helpful just to look at it, see what people do. It's my first planted tank, so I want to kind of have an idea what people do in general. So I kind of came up with my own setup here. As you can see, it's a little area that I have in my kitchen. So I have a little camera underneath, and I have my previous saltwater sump Coralife where I have two bulbs in there, two power compacts. And each one of them, I believe, is 60. One is 67K, one is 10K, and they are both. Maybe double check, but I think they are both. Let's see. Yeah, 65 watts, so total 130 watts in there. And in the back, you can see also I'm using the previous setup. I used to have a saltwater tank, so I'm using the pH meter from Milwaukee, which tells me where it's at. My range goes during the day anywhere from 6.5. and during the night it stays at 7.2. Here I have a Aquatek regulator. Got the premium version because I plan on having a bigger tank sometime, and nice having the working pressure. The blue piece right there is the connector, is an adapter, so you can use a paintball tank, which is what I'm doing. I have a 20 ounce in there, and I have an Ehein tank, 2213 or 250. And a lot of people told me that, not told me, but a lot of people say on the internet that you're not able to use that canister above the water level, and that is not true. As you can see over here, mine is well above water level. What I did was I connected the outtake hose from the tank to the filter directly. You can see over here, it's connected right there, so there's no hose, and then the output just goes straight back to the tank and it's on the side over here. We'll also have equipment wise, this is the pH probe right there. I have a 100 watt heater. I think it's Aqueon Pro or something like that. And I have a diffuser over there, which is getting the gas, the CO2 gas from this tank over here. And as you can see over here, I tried very different setups. I had it over here, and then I moved it over there. But I think my best setup so far is to have right there in the outtake of the tank. I don't think you can see the bubbles, but in the right hand of the bubbles are coming out somewhat fine. It's not a great Aqua diffuser, it's alright. It wasn't working great when it was direct in the tank, but when I put it in there, I don't know if you can see, I can try to show you, but as the water comes out here, you can see, let's see if you can. The CO2 is very well diffused into the water, so you can't really see the bubbles. But that's what I have for keeping equipment wise. And I have, let's see if I can show you in the back. I have a set of timers and the regular stuff. I have one timer for the CO2 and one timer for the light, because I turned the CO2 on an hour and a half to 2 hours before, and it has really helped me control the algae. So right now I can give you a quick look at the tank. Please don't quote me on the name of the plants because I really don't know my stuff yet. I have this for a month. I have some dwarf hairgrass, I believe, over here. I went to the beach and I got some rocks over here. I live here in Massachusetts, so I went to Rhode Island and got some rocks at the beach. At first I had more rocks all over, but I kind of want to take the rocks away. So over there I have those two rocks, which help me keep the outtake area free of of plants and roots and things like that. So we'll have more of my equipment in there: the diffuser, the heater, the probe, the outtake. So I have those two rocks, and I have again, I'm asking for the name of these plants. In the back, you can see my reflections, because what I put in the back was actually some reflective paper that I had laying around, not paper, but reflective material, I should say, an adhesive that I had, something that I do for my son. But going back again into the water, fish-wise, I have, see this guy over here, I think it's called the Catfish, Otocinclus or something like that. So I have about, so the noise I just heard, this is one thing that happens for having the tank, excuse me, the canister above the level of the water, is that every, I don't know, hour or two, the accumulation of air in there just kind of comes through and comes out all at once in a big burp. And that doesn't have anything to do with the CO2, because it was happening before I put the CO2 in there. The CO2 is coming really diffused, but I don't mind that. I'm used to that actually. So I kind of wanted to put those plants in the back. I don't know the names, guys, sorry. And sorry for my reflection as well when you think I'm filming with my iPhone. I have that rock laying down. I want to separate those plants in the back. and they grew. I planted about a month ago, so they grew once. I cut them, most of them kind of in half and replanted, so it got more of a dense area in the back. And I have I think the clove. Again, I'm putting in the plants. But here's my setup. I use 20 pounds of the EcoComplete, the gravel, and I use the laterite, or the first layer from API as well. It makes it so you can see the little brown rocks. That's what they are. So I'm enjoying. The plants are doing awesome. Like I said, I planted them once and I cut everything out and replanted, so I got some fresh plant all over. And those guys in the back were reaching the top again as well, so I cut it and put the roots close to the bottom. So I have 10 species of plant. Again, I don't know the name, but I have these guys over here, and these guys, as you can see, they are shooting now. This is a shoot for over here. They shoot again to over here, and it's another one coming to the side. It's another one in the back, and the main one is right here, and another shoot in the back. So they're happy, looks like. This guy right here grows like crazy. Again, I don't know the name, but it grows like crazy, and then the roots just come out of the branches, and I just need replanting to have a little bush in the front. And once they're really strong and fixed to the bottom, I cut them out. They kind of have a little more clean area, but I'm gonna cut the long branches to have a little smaller in the back. Straight from the top over here. I'm trying not to get too much reflection. And those guys would grow like weeds, so I cut them often. And I'm planning on cutting some of that and putting it over here on the side to see what it looks like, because they grow so much. But yeah, this is my setup, and I'm really happy with it. Enjoying this setup. Also, the fish-wise, I have 3 of these little guys. I had them before, and I love them. The little Corys. So I have the albino, the pepper, and the panda, I think it's called. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Another round. This is the nano Hydor Koralia. And the tank itself is a Mr. Aqua, low sulfur glass, whatever. It's a 12-gallon tank. And this is stuff that I use to supplement the water with. I use it pretty much weekly. So this is just for my pH. Here's the box for the Aquatek. So the alkaline buffer, I use this a little bit every week when I change the water. Kind of have to raise the pH a little bit. So NPK over there. I have a test for alkalinity in the back, the API, GH and KH test. And this I use our water from my previous saltwater setup as well. So I use not much of that. I have it written in the tops, the 10-gallon. Granted, it's 12-gallon minus the substrate, so it's 8 grams from 10 gallons. So I changed 50%. So I put about 4 grams of this when I change the water, and everything else has a measurement on top. There's 17 drops. I made the calculations for 10 gallons, so I use about 8 drops. And this probably gonna last me forever. I also have it here. Yeah, and fish food. And I use this guy to suck some foam out of the top of the tank that accumulates in the back, as you can see over there. But that's it, just one more final rundown. For the supplements, I change the water once a week, and I do a 50% water change every Sunday, and then on Wednesdays I supplement it again with the NPK. And other than that, I just watch the pH, and that probe works really good. I have reset it once, and I tested again 2 weeks later, and it was good, and tested again 2 weeks later again, and it was good to go. So yeah, this is my setup. So now I'll shut up and just give you a nice view of the tank. Try to shut up, but of these guys over here, they have been doing a great job. The Otocinclus, I think they call it Otocinclus or something like that. But they are active all day long, cleaning up the tank. So I have 10 of these little guys in here. I got the tiny ones from the store, and I think they'll be fine once they grow, because they don't get more than an inch and a half or 2. And the Corys, I love those little guys, so I'll keep them around. I don't plan on adding anything else. I actually do. Sorry, I have one more fish in the back, but he comes out at night. You won't be able to see. He's just attached to the heater in the very bottom over there. That's his spot. He stayed there all day, and now he comes out. And he's a clown pleco. He's a really pretty looking fish. It's a tiger looking fish, but don't see him too much. But I think all the animals are doing a pretty good job in cleaning up the tank and leaving everything nice and fresh. So it's the final setup. Is it really neat to see over here how this plant Again, no names for me, I don't know yet, but the ones that are close to the light, as you can see, this light is a 24-inch light, and the tank's 36 or 35 inches, so the corners receive a little bit less light. So if you look at the back, you can see that the grass is not growing just as much in there. Everywhere else is doing well. But it's nice, it's funny to see how the one that's, these guys that are closer to the light, they get really red, which is supposed to be red in the bottom, but this is get really red with more light. Last light gets yellow, and the last light in the corner is actually just green. Really neat to see. And these guys too, when they came, they were straight green, and I'm not sure it's because of the supplements that I put in, or it's because the light. But it's really cool to see also that they turn red. So some of the leaves are red, some of the leaves are green. I'm really loving this. So having a good time. Alright guys, this is my setup, and if you have any comments, any questions, or whatever you want to say and talk about it, just give me a shout, let me know. Alright? Thanks guys, talk to you later, bye bye.